Hey, hello. We got there. Oh, someone's having a nice chat here, so I won't get in your way. Oh, what is this? Oh, right. It's a card. I should put that away. Keep my secrets to myself. Hello, chat. What did I miss? How have you been? I've only been gone for like 2 weeks, right? I think it's been 2 weeks. I skipped last week. I didn't do last weekend because I was abroad, as you all know, as you should all know. Like loyal viewers should all know, I was abroad. The question is whether you know where I was. I mean, if you didn't know where I was, then you would know now because I've made it plenty obvious. I just ran into a little problem. I couldn't find the bag for my camera, for this camera. The camera's here, obviously. The camera's here. But I couldn't find the bag, so I started freaking out. I was like, did I leave it in the Netherlands? That would be pretty awkward. So I've just sent a message to ask my host if he has seen it. But I don't think I left it, because I'm pretty sure I checked everything. It was pretty early. It was very early, but I'm pretty sure I packed everything. Every time I moved locations within the trip, I was like, I need 2 bags in the bag. One's for like my toiletries, one's for the camera. But the fact that I didn't pack my camera into the camera bag could have led to my downfall, because I have my camera, so I didn't care for the bag. What just happened? Okay, what am I missing? I'm not gonna backtrack. I need to form a new habit. Okay, chat. I'm gonna be level with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna form a new habit where I will only respond to the chat messages that are currently on screen, unless it's on Twitch. Then I'll do that like separately. But because I feel like it's a bad habit to keep backtracking, because like viewers will be confused in the future when they see me read a chat message and it is not on the screen. So if you want to say something and I missed it, say it again. Okay, is it clear? I think that's a good plan. You scan a QR code. I don't have WeChat, so like. Never had it. I don't know what to do with you. That's it. You gamble. You lost a gamble. I don't know what to say to you, man. Like that's why I don't gamble either. I just don't like risks. My entire personality, if you didn't know me, my entire personality is basically I'm extremely risk averse. Like anything, if it feels like something might go wrong, I'm like, nah, maybe not. Even includes certain lifestyle choices, because, for example, I don't use Apple products because I know like how the lock-in effect, how strong that effect is. And then I'm like, what if I change my mind one day, and it's really hard to switch away from the one series of phones and devices. So I just don't do it. And that's also part of the risks that I avoid. So that's literally the essence of my being. So no gambling for me. Why would you? I don't know. Did you expect? What did you expect? Obviously, it was going to go this way. That it could have gone no other way. Also, I'm pretty sure like what's the term for that? The rate, is it the rate? Like how much you get back for your gamble? The rate for reform is pretty low on this election. One of my friends spent 500 in reform. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, it's going to be really hard to stop smiling, after all this. You're very careful. I've seen you taking some risks before. Like risks such as placing a cup too close to the edge of a table. I don't even do that. I don't think I do that, no. It's just, when I see that, I'm going to push the cup a little bit towards the center of the table. So... what was I gonna start with? Oh yeah, I had an internet problem. So if you've been checking on my channel, thank you very much for following everything so closely. I was gonna do this earlier today, but my internet was down. I was very confused. I thought I broke something. But what I did was, because I have a hub that is connected to the router. That hub helped me connect the smart thermostat to the network, right? So, and it says, oh, the thermostat is disconnected, go check your hub. So I checked that, And yeah, I was just checking my message. My friend replied, and then it was like it seemed okay, and it turns out I think the cable is a bit loose. I think the power is a bit loose, which is the weird part. It was like somehow on, but also not on technology, right? So I reconnected that, and then suddenly my network went down. I was like, what the hell? What did I do? Did I break the entire network? And it was down for quite a bit. So I was like, so maybe it's like my service provider. So I checked all the cables and everything. Everything seemed okay. I pressed all the different buttons, kept like disconnecting, reconnecting cables, turned the router off and on again several times. Still didn't work. So I was like, yeah, maybe it's a service provider. So I checked online. There was like the down detector. I checked it. It says it might be down because other people are reporting. So maybe it was. But then after like an hour of just me relaxing, taking a break from streaming, it was still down. So I thought, hey, this feels wrong. The down detector is no longer saying it might be down. Other people are not reporting that. So something might be wrong. So what I did was, rather than turn it off and on again, I pulled the plug and then replugged it, and somehow it worked. So that's the whole story. So now we're on. That's the weirdest thing ever. I don't even know what happened. Like, I'm kind of a tech guy, but I'm completely confused what happened. I will hold on, let me take this away. Did you try that tea? The new tea. No, I haven't done that. Iron Buddha Oolong. It's such a cozy drink for this kind of weather. What kind of weather? It's been getting pretty chilly. It's true. This is my first winter as a cyclist, so it's gonna get exciting. I need gloves. I need to get gloves. Note to self: get gloves. Or note to like my non-existent secretary. Someone has figured out I love tea too much. Wait. Oh. Oh, someone's learning the origin of the famed hamster oolong. Yeah, what else would it have been? Like, what else would oolong mean? I don't know. Or do you just think it's like a random Chinese word? Because a hamster's coat color resembles oolong milk tea. That is exactly right. How do you remember that shit? It is, yeah, that's what it was. Specifically when it was a baby, because that's when we named him. So when my hamster was a baby, like, I don't know, a few weeks old, he had a pretty light fur, and there was a nice pattern on it as well. But like the brown part of the fur looked exactly like the color, the shade of brown of oolong milk tea. So that's why we named him that. And lots of people name hamsters after food for some reason. I've seen lots of peanuts. I don't know why that is a thing. I thought it was a Chinese na. What's na? Get warm, grippy gloves. I will need to go shopping for that. Like, I do have some gloves, I think. Or I have like a pair that has been with me for ages. Basically ever since my first winter in the UK. I think, yeah. Those are cool leather gloves, but I also brought those to Canada and then regretted it. There was a brief moment when I was out in the open in just I think on the edge of like Quebec City. I went to that park that you will have seen in my Canada video. Out in the open, completely unprotected, outdoors. A snowstorm was raging, literally, and I was there in a cable car. What is that the word? A funicular. And then I think I might have got the inside of my gloves a little bit wet. So that didn't feel good. for like, I think all day I felt like my fingers were coming off me. Oh, that was horrible. -25, I think. Love that. Don't do that again. Note to self. Another note to self. Don't get the inside of your gloves wet in icy weather. Haggis would be a good name. No, but haggis is already a name of a species, right? That's the mythical creature in Scotland. That's already an animal. You can't name an animal after an animal. That would be confusing. It's like naming your random Pokemon Pikachu, which is something that some streamers do, I reckon. If I had a hamster, I'd call him Nibbles. I'm trying to decide if that is overdone. Is Nibbles overdone? Because, I mean, that's what they do. They nibble, right? But that's cute. It's just, I'm doing the American parent thing of thinking whether a name is like too common. You want to go for something slightly more unique. But no, I'm not trying the new tea. So I got a new tea upon Michelle's recommendation, which is called Ma Lao Meat. I have no idea what it is. I might have heard of the name before. I don't remember trying it before, but the name caught my attention because it's a very Cantonese name. Ma Lao is Cantonese for monkey, which is a completely different word from like the standard Chinese one. And then meat is the Cantonese for like this motion, tear off something. I don't know why I decided to use hangnail as an example. That is the worst thing you can tear off. Like, it's such, I have a slight phobia of that. But yes, and that is also a very Cantonese word. And I might even surmise that it is not originally Chinese. Let me double check. Etymologically, we don't know. We don't know where it's from. But I think there is a good chance it might not be from Chinese, because in Cantonese, that's the thing that we do. Like in Cantonese and certain other languages in the area, we have words that are not originally Chinese, because a long time ago, we were basically the barbarians to the Chinese. I just realized my lighting's a bit off. So we were literally not Chinese at that time. And then we spoke other languages that are related to present day Thai. And then the Chinese came and like invaded and took over, and then they made us speak Chinese. And then now we speak this sort of mostly Chinese, but like kind of hybrid language. That's why we have a bunch of words for things that are like pretty like lots of motions, like falling, collapsing, scratching, itching, etc., that are not originally Chinese. They're like from the original language that we spoke. We don't know anything about it now. I'm thinking about like doing a talk on it next year at the Polyglot Gathering, but there's not much that we know about it. But we do know that like these words tend to be from that original language. Malls. Okay, what is that? A large leaf green tea. I have no idea. Is it from Hainan? No, definitely not. Hainan is Min, I think. No, Cantonese, just Cantonese. But yeah, I do identify as a barbarian. So I'm quite proud of that. We were the barbarians, because literally back then, like China was just, it was called now it's called the Middle Kingdom, right? Back then it was called the Middle Plains, Zhongyun, because it was literally like the middle of that whole area that we now call China, like way up there. And then they had different terms for the barbarians in different directions. They have different terms for like the eastern barbarians, southern ones, western ones, northern ones. And then we belonged to like the wide array of barbarians in the south. We were called Bak Yut, Bak meaning 100. 100 is just a vague number that refers to like a lot. So a lot of different tribes of barbarians. Yut, in the term Bak Yut, Yut actually is the name for Vietnam, and also like the Cantonese. We have the same name. So basically, yeah, all of us in that area were like the barbarians before they came and like cynicized us. That's what you see. I didn't used to think about this, and then like I thought more about just linguistic history, cultural identity, like genetics and all that. And then I looked into that history, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So we were literally not the same people. So every time someone talks about like the Han ethnicity, I just have the clarity. I just know for sure that yeah, ethnicity is a social construct. I mean, we know that already, but that's just a clear example of how it is made up, because we're literally different until they took over. Manchuria is an old cold horse land. You do look very Vietnamese. Okay, I guess. I I don't know how to respond to that. I mean, back home, people do use that as an insult. That's another fun fact for you guys. I don't know how widespread it is, but I do think it's a common Chinese thing to call someone a Vietnamese as an insult. I don't take insult to that unless you meant it that way. If you meant it that way, let me know and I'll block you. But I assume you didn't mean it that way, so I didn't take offense to that. But quite a lot of people back home would use that as an insult, saying you look Vietnamese. Obviously, it's just classic Asian racism. What can I say? I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're referring to. Definitely not. Okay, that's good. So you're not blocked. Czech British. I mean, it's literally has a Scottish last name. So today, what are we going to do today? I think today is mainly I just want to hang out a bit. We will do something else in a little bit, but I haven't actually decided what to do afterwards. Mostly, it's just going to be you and me chatting. So like anyone who's here, who's lurking, feel free to come out into the open and we can chat. This is like literally a chatting stream. Not that I normally don't, but like this is the main goal of the stream is to chat. I'll get into that later. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'll talk about the internet and so on. Yeah, that was the main thing I had to catch you up on, and then we'll talk about the trip a little bit. You might have seen I've started posting things from the trip, which was very quick. Oh yes, I remember what I was going to say. I'll make a poll for what we're going to do afterwards. Okay, if we want something to do. So what should we do afterwards? Do in a bit. Fun story. I keep forgetting that the word momentarily in America means in a brief moment. I every time I hear someone say that in this context, I get a little bit like jump scared because I do know that, but I keep forgetting it. It's so weird. It doesn't make sense to me. Momentarily is like for a little bit, not in a little bit. What should we do in a bit? So what we could do is study language. So study history and do a crossword and also just chat. I'm gonna start a poll here. I'm so democratic, you guys. I'm even telling chat to tell me what to do. Yo, I went to school with lots of international students, mostly from China and Hong Kong. Oh, surprise, surprise. My class in Durham is majority Chinese, that's why I want WeChat. Oh, that makes sense. Are you like undergrad? Because what I know is master's degrees tend to be full of Chinese students. I picked up random words but never learned Mandarin. You want to focus on Cantonese first. That's the right way to go. But also, I'm aware that Michelle knows a lot of Mandarin from like teas, from your tea obsession. And that's interesting because I'm not familiar with that at all. I know of the few teas that I would have come across when I was growing up. Obviously, I know it through Cantonese, and that's the thing with like the Sinophone world cultures, the fact that we pronounce everything differently. So when you say something, when you say like the standard name of something like a tea in Mandarin, I would be completely lost because I would have to guess what the characters are. Like if you write it out in Chinese characters, I would know. But like if you say the name, I have to mentally convert it into the characters and then like realize what it is. Because I mean, especially when it's something that I'm not very familiar with, like specialty teas. For example, the tea that I usually have when I go have dim sum is polate, and because one of these characters is extremely divergent in its like evolution, as in like different Chinese languages pronounce it in extremely different ways. I don't think you have a way of guessing what that is in like the standardized name. Michelle, do you know what polate is? I think you might have had it when I went for dim sum with you. I'll let you guess a little bit. But speaking of dim sum, I had this discussion. I'm slowly like segueing into the talk about the trip. So when I was on a trip, I met someone who's an Aussie, and we brought up dim sum, and then he told me he feels like dim sum is a very American thing. I was like, why? And he says because in Australia they always say Yumcha. And I was like, what? How would you use it? Would you go like, I go Yumcha? Because Yumcha is the Cantonese for drink tea. So it is like, it's a metronym? What's the word? Like, so it is, there's a term for like when you use the part of an object to refer to the entire object, right? Like, for example, you use, the White House to refer to the American government. Anyway, so we say yumcha to refer to having dim sum, but yumcha is a verb, so it feels more unnatural to me to borrow a Cantonese verb into English. Like I go to yumcha. That feels weirder than like I go and eat dim sum. But apparently in Australia they only use yumcha. And they would say like have yumcha, and I never realized that. So, a question to Brits here: which one do you prefer? Do you lean one way or the other? Like, do you say yumcha more or dim sum more? I mean, obviously both make sense to me. I think in Cantonese I would be more inclined to say yumcha, but obviously I would use it as a verb, and that also means it will be shorter. Because it's like less, I don't have to say eat dim sum. I can say I go yumcha. So yeah, that is my question to you. The master's in econ finance. Okay, so a master's, no wonder. Humanities departments have virtually no internationals. No, our department actually has a lot of internationals now. It's taken a while to get to us, but it's pretty like, there's a lot of them now. I do music, if you didn't know. Tea came from China, so the original Chinese names are what you'd see on the menu in a traditional style tea house. Right, okay, yeah. So you would see the Mandarin name specifically. Because, I mean, to me, if I look at the menu and I see Chinese characters, that's not any particular language, right? That's just the script, and I could read it in whatever way I want. But like in a menu that doesn't use the Chinese script, then you would like be opting for one specific Chinese language like Mandarin. In Ireland's presidential election, spot votes got more votes than some candidates. I don't know. I haven't been following. I know it's going on, but I haven't been following very closely. It is a different country after all. I don't know all the characters for every T. Ah, I see. Oh, you do know? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is poor. Yeah. So I only knew it when I started like looking at menus in English, because for me it's pole, right? Pole, and it sounds very different from poor. I mean, if you look at the start, then there is such similarities, but the tea that my family always goes for is pole in Cantonese. And then like I had no reason to know the Cantonese word. That's right. I have no reason to know the Mandarin word because I wouldn't order it in Mandarin in Hong Kong. And then I came to the UK. And then, like, I started seeing it on menus and things, and I realized, oh, wait, so that's how you pronounce it in Mandarin. And also it's spelled in such a fun way. Poor. Or poor. Shmai gobeithio'n ti'n iawn. Yndw, diolch yn fawr. Dwi'n paratoi am drip arall, am drip newydd wythnos nesaf, felly yn brysur iawn. lot o bethau i wneud. Just cadw golwg ar beth sydd ar y teledu wythnos nesaf. It's wet, piled, and left to ferment for many months. Ah. Yumcha. You say yumcha more. But is it like your preference, or like do people in general in this country say it more? You mostly hear dim sum. Okay. I also recently I was taught that apparently all the tea come from like the tea plant. Is that a thing? Because I met a guy who might just be the most British guy I've ever met. I mean, he has a look. I don't know how to describe it, but there's a look with certain facial hair and the glasses, and then like he really loves tea, and he has a tattoo of a tea plant on his arm, and then he also like had a full conversation about tap waters in different parts of the country and like what drinks are good for. Like, oh, northern water is good for this, like, but like not good for coffee. So tap water from that part of the country is better for coffee. Absolutely blew my mind. The best part of that story was how the topic even came up, because someone else was talking to me about pretty controversial things. We quickly went from like Russia to Israel to China. So we were sweeping through all the most controversial topics, and then we jokingly said, "Oh, okay, right. Let's give it a break. Let's talk about the least controversial things like tap water." And then this guy just starts giving this speech about different tap waters, and my mind was blown. Yeah, I'm talking about traditional style tea houses because I've never visited any countries in Asia. I don't know anything about tea houses, so you teach me about it. I just have the tea. I just go Yumcha and then like get the cha, and I enjoy it. Shu pu and sheng pu. Oh, see, that's what's happening. Like when you write the Canton the Mandarin term, I have to like. Actually, no, I couldn't get it unless like I read your explanation. When you said ripe and raw, then it clicked. I could like link the pinyin to the character and thus to the meaning. Or I guess the pinyin to the meaning and then the character. That would make more sense. But without the context, without the explanation, ripe and raw, I would be completely lost about the shu and sheng. You're a full-time teacher. Define full-time. Like, what do you call full-time? Is it in terms of like the hours I work? Is it like the pay I get? I just like the name more, but I usually hear people say dim sum. Okay, so people say dim sum more. Okay, good to know. Camellia sinensis. Oh my god, this literally is Chinese. Sinensis. Glasgow tap water based. So maybe that person would have said like Glasgow tap water is good for a specific kind of tea. Maybe that's what he would have said. With one exception, which is Yue Guang Bai. Oh, once again, I would not have been able to get that until I read the explanation. That's comes from especially with names, right? Names for like and foods, dishes, teas in Chinese, they're so incredibly poetic. They are not like anything literal. Like I mean, in English in the Western world, lots of names are quite literal. I guess like if you go for like the name of a type of pasta, it wouldn't be obvious to you as an Anglophone, but it would be obvious to an Italian person. But most names, food names, drink names in this part of the world are so literal. But then like in Chinese cultures, everything is so incredibly poetic. Like even if you understand the name of a dish, you quite often you wouldn't be able to know like what actually it is, like lion's head or whatever. So it's even harder to get what you're writing when you write the name of a tea. So thanks for the translation. That's actually pretty ironic. Comes from the Camellia thaliensis, which is a relative of the main tea plant, but very rarely used in tea production. Oh my god, tea is so mid. Oh my, are you starting war here, Esme? Are you starting an actual flame war in my chat? Because if you are, please do it more. So come on, people, start fighting. Both hours and pay. I mean, in terms of, it's a toss-up in terms of pay. I think I might be earning similar amounts from my private tutoring and from my podcast. Actually, maybe a similar amount from maybe still similar amount from uni as well. So like it's pretty evenly split. I should make like a pie chart at some point. Maybe I'll do that for not for you. I'm not going to show you some details of how I make my living, but it would be interesting for myself to take a look, because I do combine different income streams and all that. I enjoy doing different things. That's what I'm saying. I started this semester CA work this week because in the modules I teach, it's not like I do tutorials every week. It's just I give around like several tutorials per semester. And I was supposed to start last week, but because of the trip to the Netherlands, someone else covered for me, so I started this week. It was morning classes, which was not good, because you guys might have known that I am not a morning person. But you know what? It worked out well. It was okay. It was just okay. And I really enjoyed the process. I like teaching composition, especially for the second years who are more enthusiastic about it than the first years. So yeah, maybe someday I can get a job doing that. That would be ideal. But I also want to become a better composer before I do that. It's Dunning-Kruger. I always feel like I have so much more to learn. Go to a specialist tea house if you want good tea, but everyone has their own preferences. Yeah, I enjoy this is my, I wouldn't say necessarily my favorite tea, but just like my go-to tea. This is the Twinings breakfast tea. I've tried so many different variations, and this is just the best go-to, like the daily driver, as tech people might say. Is Rose a millionaire? Maybe. I just happened to like pick up £1 million coins on the street every month. Yue Guangbai gets its name from appearance. One side of the leaf is white or silver and shiny, the other side is black, so it looks like crescent moon, I guess. Income reveal, then do some clickbait. I mean, it would just be sad. Like if I did that, it would just end up being like begging for patrons, which become a patron. Do that. I'm not against begging. I have nothing against it. Like I should do it more, or like donate or something. I'm too poor to get paid to complete horse manure. That sounds like a useful kind of pay. How are you, Leon? Long time no see. How you been doing? See, I don't know what the xiang is. Oh, okay. I've never heard about that one. I only know we have a word apsilok, which is a color, is a shade of green. There is a shade of green that we call duck manure. I don't actually know why. I don't think they shit green, right? I don't think they shit green, but there's a shade of green that we call that, like sort of grayish. All my friends earn 30k more than me. Tell me about it. One of my best friends is like a specialist doctor, so whatever. I'm getting over it. Like, of all the career options I've been looking into, I mean, I'm looking into various options, right? Maybe at different phases in the career, or like just waiting for the opportunity to arrive. But one of the options I've been looking into, as I might have mentioned, was I'm thinking about becoming a sign interpreter. And I did the maths, and the maximum you could make is like decent. It's not like shockingly high, it's decent, but that's the maximum. So I'm just thinking about it, like thinking about the time and money I have to invest into it before I can actually become one, and so on. But they work about 12 hours a day. Yeah, that's also part of it. I would, but I don't get paid enough. Oh well. Ironically, I earn more than my mum. My sister keeps telling me, she's like, oh, hey brother, like, when are you gonna earn more than me? Because she's currently the highest earner in the family right now, after my dad and mum retired. Well, my dad is retired, my mum is still sort of freelance, but like half retired. So my sister is the highest earner, little sister. And she keeps telling me, start, like, get a job. I don't want to be the highest earner. It feels wrong because she's the younger one. Swans do. Do they? Do they shit green? Not too bad, just really cold. I'm sure it's been, yeah. Have I told you, like, every time I ask, like, the Google Assistant if it's cold, it just says it's not. Because I suspect that, I suspect its standard for being cold is like 0 degrees. So I've heard many times it will reply, no, it is not cold right now. It is 3 degrees and cloudy. like that is, I mean, it's not like freezing cold, but it's like, I would categorize that as some degree of cold. I think you would agree with me. Okay, I'm gonna quickly Google like swan poop. Oh my god, yeah. Oh. Oh, wait. That actually makes sense. It actually looks a lot like what we call the duck shit green. Maybe that's where it came from. Right? That makes sense. Swan poo is green. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. How do we get jobs these days? I think they just fall out of the sky, maybe. I'm gonna be so cooked. I am already cooked. My last job is... Rhapsody Max, why are you flexing? I'm gonna give you a timeout. Stop flexing. Quit to get my master's because I hated it. I know my shit. Okay, you know what, Esme, you're officially the shit connoisseur on this channel, okay? That's why I'm giving you the title, the honor of being the shit connoisseur. I don't know what perks that gives you, but you're welcome. There's more career options, but I don't have much hope. Yeah. That's so weird. There is multiple conversations going on here. There's like the part about getting jobs, and then there's about the weather. And then I was like, what do you mean 3 degrees is definitely cold? I'm about to have 3 degrees, and it's pretty cold in terms of the job prospects. So, but I was like, that is a bit depressing. But then I realized you're talking about the weather. Why would you Google that? Don't worry, I did it on incognito. One of my friends 22. Unfriend that. No, either marry that friend or like remove that friend. Hi, Eric Sheminsky, long time no see as well. We're having a chatting stream today. I probably need more drinks to last so long in the chat, but we'll see. Student well-being support. Oh, I'm doing. I think as I said, some teaching, some content creating. The YouTube money comes and goes, so I can't really rely on that, as you might know. My degree is very competitive. Like, as in to get in, or like to get out, or like to get grades. Never thought about that. Yeah. I think in Cantonese we have a phrase colder than water. I think that's might be why I got that like mental association with like with bad prospects, because when we say it's colder than water, it means like the chances are not looking good. The odds are not looking good. For example, let's say you fucked up your first date, and then your friend would tell you, nah, okay, yeah, it's colder than water. You're not gonna get the get the second date. So that's why I have that mental association between like coldness and like prospects. Maybe. So like, yeah, 3 degrees, it's colder than water. You're overqualified for pretty much everything. Have I told you you'd probably find out where I'm studying? So no. Yeah, that makes sense. Is 40-50k enough to live in Manchester? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Pretty sure that's more than enough, I think. Never been to Brighton. Me neither. Do you know, Michelle, do you know what's the name of Brighton in BSL? Let's see if you're aware. Okay, so let's talk about the trip, okay? I'm just going to do a trip report. I don't like vlog the whole thing, or I didn't vlog the whole thing. I vlogged certain parts of it. So this is the replacement for me vlogging the entire trip. So my original plan for going on that trip to the Netherlands was I had no plan. I was just, my friend was going to visit from Hong Kong. They had like a conference thing to go to, so they came all the way to the Netherlands. So I was like, hey, you're in Europe, let's meet up. So I booked the flights. I actually had to change my plans a little bit there because I procrastinated, and then like the prices went up, so I changed the dates, which ended up working great for me because I had a lot of stuff to film. So I just booked the flights. I asked friends if I could like crash their sofas and whatever, and then I got the green light, and that was it. That was the extent of my planning. I was busy writing my PhD, and then afterwards I was busy with not writing my PhD, of among various other things. I just ended up not planning anything. And also another thing was I never really thought about like going out of Amsterdam, which is really stupid of me because the Netherlands is so freaking small, right? It's such a small country. It's so easy to get anywhere. So the default way of visiting this country should be to like go all over it, but like I'd never done that before. I'd been to Amsterdam like 2-3 times, not counting the airport, because I've been to the airport dozens of times, and I've only left Amsterdam like one time, which was 10 years ago when I visited a friend in Utrecht, and also like passed by Zeist. But otherwise I just didn't do it. And then when I met my friend, he was like, oh, I've been to this city, I've been to that city, I've been to all these cities. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I should do that. So that's what I ended up doing. I was barely in Amsterdam. So, but I didn't have a plan. So I was completely winging it. I had some ideas of what I wanted to film. One of them was, as I said in the last stream, I was invited to go to a Uyghur restaurant. So I was going to try to order that and film it. And actually, for simplicity's sake, I ended up just filming the entire meal because it ended up being a surprisingly decent language podcast. So I was like, oh, I could just put it like on my it was in Cantonese, obviously. So I was thinking I could just put it onto my podcast Patreon, so and make it like a member exclusive thing because it's so interesting, like the stuff that we talked about. When you put like 4 language nerds on one table. So I did attempt to order things in Uyghur. They did not shut me down, which is good. They were like very encouraging. Might be a little bit too encouraging as well because the owner like immediately started speaking in fluent Uyghur to me, and I was like, no, Chushen Midim. I did not understand, which is a very useful phrase. So, but that was so satisfying. Like, especially it was when it was not just me doing it. If it had been just me attempting it in front of my friends, in front of the stranger taking the order, I would have hated that. But thankfully, one of my friends also had some Uyghur in his brain from a long time ago, so we ended up like we did it together. We were like, oh, how do we say this? Well, how do we say that? Oh, you know this phrase, I know that phrase. So we were like combining our forces, and we did the awkward, embarrassing thing together. So it was not a great success, a mild success, I would say. Okay, let me check chat. Where was I? I've forgotten. I watched an episode on Lumo TV that mentioned it, though. I watched it yesterday. It's really easy. So, the BSL name, so the name of Brighton in British Sign Language is this, which means expensive. So I feel like that tells you a lot about it. Like, I don't know much about the place, but I know its name is expensive. I struggled to live when I lived in Edinburgh. When I thought I earned okay money at the time. Yeah, I don't know, man. We all know why you went to Amsterdam, dog. Why? Weed or the red lights? I honestly, I miss all of that because I literally didn't go to that, like the center of Amsterdam. I went straight to my friend's place, and then I just like went out to other cities every single day. The only part of Amsterdam that I ended up like going through was the eastern part. Hello, PJ, if you're here, but welcome to the to the community. The only part of Amsterdam that I really actually visited was the eastern part, which is the immigrant sector with all the Arabs, Turks, and all that. That was cool. I also managed to use my Turkish very briefly. Turkish is one of those languages that I never claim I speak, but when I need it, I can kind of like bust out a few phrases. So like I was with my friend, my host, so walked through that area, went to this place. She was like, hey, the baklava there is pretty good. Do you want to get some just for the train, for the trip? I was like, okay. I went in, saw Turkish everywhere. Like the door says "Hoş geldiniz," welcome in Turkish, and then there's like signs, something Quran related in Turkish. I was like, okay, maybe this is time. So I just went straight to the owner and said like, oh, bundan 3 tane, bundan 6 tane. So like, I want 3 of this, 6 of this. I mean, that's pretty much the extent of my Turkish. I understand a lot more when I can read it, but in terms of using it, that was the extent of it. The best part was nobody was surprised. Like the shopkeeper was like, okay, sure. Oh, this one? What about this one? Like completely in Turkish, no reaction. My friend was also not surprised because my friend knows I'm an absolute language nerd. So it just happened. So that was great. But that was also the only part of Amsterdam that I actually went to. That was right before I left and went to like towards the German border. Why not work as a civil servant? Am I even eligible? Do you have to have a certain status to be eligible for that? I got to practice. Practice makes progress. Yes. I got to practice a tiny bit Uyghur, and then I came back, and a few days later I met up with my Uyghur friend in Manchester, and then I told them about it. I tried to use a bit here and there. I didn't end up speaking a lot, but like, I think they have now accepted that I'm learning their language, because earlier they were like, why would you do this? Just learn Turkish. What? Stop doing this. You know, typical like smaller language speaker kind of response. Because I mean, Hong Kong people also do that. Why would you learn Cantonese? Just learn Mandarin. But now I think my friend has fully accepted that I am learning their language. So that's good progress, and maybe I can get them to teach me something. Because I did also ask them about how to say certain things. Like, for example, in my last stream, or maybe the one before that, I'm not sure, I learned the word for toilet in Uyghur, which is Hajat Khana. I had a very fun mnemonic for that. If you missed it, go back to that stream. It is an amazing mnemonic. And then I went to meet my friends, and then my friends told me, oh yeah, that's probably like a Persian word because the ending and all that. No, I think Chat told me. I take that back. Chat told me it's from Persian. And then I brought it up with my Uyghur friend, and they were like, yeah, no, don't say that. Nobody says that. We say this other word, oburni. Or aburni, I don't know which one. Oburni, maybe. And apparently, like, the Persian word is, like, too posh, and nobody says it. So, oopsie, I used the wrong one. But, you live and learn. One of old schoolmates moved out, and she's from a very well-off family. Wasn't expecting that. Love the recent Wales video. The recent one? Did I make a recent one? Do you mean the big one, the one from January? Doesn't feel recent anymore, unless I did make a recent one. Did I? I can't tell. I'm losing track. Maybe. No, that the latest one was the citizenship test one. I'm actually also thinking about dubbing that video, but I don't think there's much point. I'm thinking about it. I have some Wales content coming up as well, because in my last video I promised I would make my vlog for when I did the Welsh exam, but then I didn't do it because I went on a trip, and then I was thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna film stuff, but once I get back to Manchester, I'll start making the exam vlog first, because I promised my channel, my viewers, I would make that, so I need to do it. And then I ended up filming this video about shibboleths. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's short and sweet, I might even say. I got the idea while I was on a train. I was literally on the train from Amsterdam to The Hague, and I looked at the map and I was like, oh, hey, what the hell? I didn't realize Scheveningen was in The Hague. And then I cooked this idea. I started brewing. So I literally wrote the script while I was on the train. I mean, there is a comment exposing me for basically like summarizing Wikipedia. And I'm like, I'm not denying that. That is my video. It is basically a summary of the Wikipedia page. But also, that was not the point. The point is not original research. The point is the way I delivered it, the way I scripted it, the way I structured the script. Like, I did it all in one take. I think the oral delivery is pretty good. So I'm really proud of that video. That is actually one of my favorite videos that I've ever done, just because of the way I did it. Anyway, so I made that one, and I was so happy with it that I was like, nah, I've got to do it. I've got to do this one next. I wasn't really decided quite yet, and then I got a message from someone telling me that apparently Tom Scott featured my Wales video on his newsletter. And I was like, what are the odds that this guy featured me? And then basically on the same weekend, I just filmed a video practically in his style. That was not intentional, but like it turned out that way. It's not the first time someone says I sometimes give like a Tom Scott vibe. So I was like, I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the one take thing that I did for like the YouTube URL video. I think that's the one. And then I even added in oh yes, nailed it. Oh, got it, one take. That was not intentional, obviously. That was my genuine reaction to getting a good take, but when I was editing, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to include that because I'm so happy with the video. So that's why that became the next video. But anyway, the point is, never say never. But, you know, my plan is to make the exam vlog as my next video, because I also recently found out that the exam that I did, like the exact papers that I did for my exam, are now available online as past paper. So I could actually add examples from those resources into the video, especially, for example, tiny like teaser, foreshadowing, or whatever. In the vlog, I did say like the listening is extremely fast. So now I can just pop a bit of that actual listening exam track into the video to show you how freaking fast it is. So that's great. Yeah, if I had done that video first, I would not have made this realization. So I'm very happy that I didn't do it. I'm very happy that I did this Keviningham video. Yeah. I might try to learn Mandarin. I want to talk to the internationals in my class, but they don't speak English. Oh, they're used to talking to people in English. They just use the translator apps. You should watch Magnificent Century. I've heard something about it. I've also heard something about a Netflix show in Turkish, something related to like translation. Are you aware of that one? I don't really remember what it is, but I think it's related to translation. Oh, sorry. Okay, I realized I just missed a chat message. Hello, because yeah, I just got a chat message on Twitch because there's not many people watching there, so I didn't pay attention to that. But Angela Carter says, hey, how are you? I really want to talk to you, but since I can't hear well because I'm deaf, it would mean a lot if we could chat instead. Okay. I mean, write to me, and I can like write back if necessary. I will be keeping my eye on that chat as well. You know what would be crazy if I could like talk to a British deaf person while on live. That would be wild. Like I guess they would have to write to me, and I would be signing back. Eric, I'm learning Mandarin right now. It's very fun. It would be quite fun, I think. I can't imagine learning any Chinese language from scratch, but maybe it would be fun. Could you not work for a Senate member? I heard Reform might be hiring Welsh language researchers. I mean, they are. What's the take on like the Welsh language now? What is it? What are they doing about? I mean, they got that guy, the funny bald guy who speaks Welsh, to stand for Caerphilly. Obviously, it didn't work out. But what is? Okay, I saw an interview on S4C. This is also relevant because I'm talking about like listening to Welsh and Welsh learning, right? I watched an interview with Sir Powell, the Reform candidate for Caerphilly, on S4C with Catrin Half-Jones, which is like the best Welsh language journalist doing all this like political content. So I watched this interview and it was amazing because like Just it felt like watching someone get beat down. Like obviously that candidate, he's a Welsh speaker, but like not every Welsh speaker is trained to talk about politics all the time, especially when they're standing in an area that's not very heavily Welsh speaking. And I was like, wow, the journalist Catherine Half Jones, she just keeps going on all the hardest questions, and then dude's like, didn't know what to say, and then she just keeps going. That was such a good interview. But yeah, what I think, yeah, she also asks him about like, oh, what is the reform, what is Reform's take on the Welsh identity and the language, because like now you have a Welsh speaking Canada, but like they want like the English first and all that. So yeah, I wish anyone who speaks Welsh, I guess I recommend that interview. It is so fun to watch. But yeah, Rhapsody in Manx, I was confused by a message because I thought that was a request. Like, could you not do this, please? Please, can you not keep talking? Like, can you not go out? But that is not what it is. In English, you could say lavatory, but nobody says that. I guess, yeah. Proud Wiki Warrior. Tom Scott revived. The video was pretty cool. I think the video was really cool. I won't stop saying this. I'm just so proud of that video, of the way I did it. Lucin, hello Lucin. I may have mentioned this before, but Magnificent Century, yeah. Dwi'n dod o Gymru, ond dwi'n ddim yn siarad Cymraeg. Witad. Diolch am yr ysbrydoliaeth. Dwi'n newydd ddechrau dosbarth mynediad. Yes. Wait, so did you write this yourself? KY? Did you write? I mean, if you wrote this, that's pretty impressive. But yeah, dal ati, ti'n gallu neud o, ti'n siŵr. Mae'r Gymraeg mor hawdd. When at some point it will click, and then it's so easy. Because what Richard Simcott said was that he said that at the Polyglot Gathering in 2022, Richard Simcott said Welsh is easy because it's plug and play, because so much of the grammar is like optional. You can just use auxiliary verbs and like combine things, and then it's so flexible. So you get the hang of it very quickly if you like look for the patterns. I don't know why I remember random quotes, especially from that year. That year was left a mark on me because that Polyglot Gathering was really good. And I had a lot of time. We had a great time. We had 7 Welsh speakers in Poland. And I also met one of those people, one of those 7, on this trip. On this trip. I met someone at the 2022 Polyglot Gathering who is a native Welsh speaker. I didn't speak very well back then, but obviously they were very excited for me to learn their language. Turns out they live in the Netherlands. So while I went on this trip, there was one day I went to, last Friday, I went to the conservatoire to see a concert. I saw a random stranger who has a Welsh flag on the bag. And then, like, I just got a ding in my head, like the light bulb moment. I was like, hey, I do know an actual Welsh speaker in the Netherlands. So I immediately texted my friend. Well, I guess, like, friend in the loose sense, okay? We're not debating what friend means. I texted them and said, hey, I'm in the country. The country is so small. Let's meet. And then we did meet the next day. It was amazing. We spoke Welsh, like, all the time while we were in the Netherlands. We did a little interview as well for my video in Welsh. They were very confused. They were like, wait, so you want to do the interview in English, right? That's for your channel? But I was like, no. I mean, I'm making content in English, but I do want to flex my language a little bit when I get the chance. So I'm going to do the interview in Welsh, which I did. Hey, Lynx. I didn't say hey, but there's your hey if you're still here. Practice using SSE. Although personally I prefer BSL because SSE is too much coordination. I guess if I had to sign on stream, I might do it like I might do speak and sign. So if I had to sign on stream, might have to speak and sign at the same time because I need all of you to understand, right? So I want to be able to combine. But it's really, really difficult. Like, I won't say I can do it. It's just I need practice. Oh my! I messed up already. It's difficult. It's speaking and signing is like speaking two languages at the same time. Like, wow, it's so hard. But I need to practice that as well. They want to scrap the language target. They said it's dumb since people don't speak it anyway. Oh yeah, if the people did speak it, then you wouldn't need a goal, would you? It's like saying, "Oh, I want to get full marks in my exam," and then the other guy's like, "What's the point? You don't have full marks anyway. Why would you want full marks?" Sure. I have superpower on LinkedIn, of course. Diolch am dysgu'r iaith. Wow. Dwi ddim yn cynrychioli'r iaith, ond dwi'n fach iawn bod pobl yn dysgu'r iaith. Ac dwi'n fach bod fi wedi ysbrydoli pobl, bod fi wedi cael mwy o bobl i siarad y iaith, y ddysgu, neu roi'n fwy o fuddion, fwy o ymdrechion i ddysgu'r iaith, i mewn i ddysgu'r iaith. Felly, yeah. Yn hapus efo'r peth. I actually did say that in one of my interviews. I said I mean, it sounded like I was tooting my own horn, but it's real. Like, people have told me they have been inspired to learn Welsh, or like to study Welsh harder because of what they saw me do. So I'm really happy about that. It wasn't the main goal when I make content. When I make content, I want to make interesting content. That is the number one goal. But if I happen to inspire people to learn languages, especially minority languages, but like if I can inspire people to learn languages in general, I'm very happy about it. I should join 1 year, but not before I get my French and German up to scratch. And a decent stage of my Cantonese learning. Haven't had time to revise in weeks in BSL, but BSL is my main priority because I'll be doing exams next year. We're all doing exams, mate. It's fine. You don't have to worry too much about it. It's not like if you're using it regularly, you'll be fine in the exams. But yeah, I would recommend it. Maybe they'll be in Czechia still. I don't know. They haven't announced it. There's some funny graffiti on the shutters for Reform Cafe. Is there? Like from earlier, from now? Is it new? Should I be looking at it? It's hard though. I can struggle with it, especially because I yap faster than I can sign. That's your problem. You yap too fast. That's why you gotta slow down. I think one of the reasons people say I'm picking up sign really fast is because I'm good at paraphrasing. Because when I first started learning sign language, right, my teacher said, he's the hearing guy at the university. So he said some people are just really good at picking this up. They just get how to sign. I didn't feel like I was one of those people, but then at some point it did click. And the reason I think it clicked was because as a prolific language learner, I have a lot of experience paraphrasing. Because when you learn a language, when you want to speak, well, any level really, actually, any language, any level, unless you're like an absolute master of the language, you will come across things that you want to say and you can't say. Or even like, maybe not even gaps in your vocabulary, maybe just you speak two languages, your brain wants to express it in a certain way that exists for language A but doesn't exist in language B, so you have to find a different way of expressing it. So like when you try to learn more languages and practice speaking them, you just end up practicing paraphrasing, rephrasing all the time. So like also when I'm teaching, for example, when I'm teaching languages, I'm constantly trying to use vocabulary and structures at the level of my students. So I have come to be really good at paraphrasing. And I think that is the reason why I'm good at sign as well, because too many people, it's kind of like people learning Welsh. Lots of learners of British Sign Language are like not very experienced in learning languages. They just think in English, and then they try to translate everything into sign. They try to translate every single detail or every single word. Whereas me, whenever I hit a barrier, whenever I find a situation where I don't know how to express something, or like the way of expressing just doesn't work in this language, I paraphrase. And so I find it really natural to like use the structure of BSL to express what I mean. I have an idea, and then I think how would I express it in this language, and then I do it. So lately I've also started just trying to interpret a little bit. Like when I listen to a podcast walking on the street, even though I don't do that as much anymore, I just start thinking, okay, how would I sign it? And I just sign while I'm away. Like last night I was at an event. I listened to a speech, and then my friend got a sneak peek of me like just signing here, like trying to like interpret that into BSL, and it was not very difficult. Like I couldn't interpret everything because I'm not that good, but like structure wise, I wasn't really struggling to find the right ways to express it. Like I could easily like put things in space. I could like express spatial things or use different timelines and whatever. So yeah, that is part of the reason why I'm seriously considering becoming an interpreter, because I think I have a knack for it, right? I do think so. And now I don't, for fear of sounding like arrogant, I don't mean that, but like I do think I enjoy it a lot. Obviously, I've met 3 Reform MPs in public. From today, I think. Oh right, okay. So I haven't seen it. I wonder what Reform's going to do with that office. That would make it easy for me to come join. But Michelle, the political gathering is always in Central Europe, so it's going to be in the vicinity anyway. Like the furthest it's been was in Berlin. It started in Berlin, went to Bratislava, went to near Warsaw, went to Prague, went to Brno. It's always in Central Europe, so yeah. You'll be really fortunate if it's like near your hometown, because for example, my friend Camila, who is not in chat today, happened to like I think her family is in one of the near one of the venues of the gathering, so like she could just stay home. But either way, it is cheaper to be in those places. Sarah Poachet, yeah. Everything's beginning to make more sense to me. I can pick up more from my teacher, so I start thinking BSL. So I'm just trying to nail those NMFs, yeah, and get the grammar right. I missed my BSL class this Monday, right? Because I was in the Netherlands. I got the slides. I looked through them, and then one of the classroom exercises was describing cars, and it says describe these cars using non-manual features. So my brain was like, oh, so like an auto car. It's not a manual car. So are we like specifically picking the ones that are auto? And no, it's about non-manual features, as in like your face, your body language within sign language, like how you use your body. I do think what I need to work on, this is me analyzing what I need in my language learning. I think I need to be better at doing impressions. And it's wild that is like a core part of learning a language, because so much of these languages is reenacting. So like you're just acting out what you did, or like, oh, you're trying to imitate a certain person. And I'm not as comfortable with like moving my body in certain ways than the professionals might be. Like sometimes when you want to like reenact certain things, you gotta wiggle a bit or whatever. I don't know. Like you gotta be flexible, and I'm not like physically flexible, but like you gotta be comfortable with doing certain things that might be like cringe. I think that is part of it. When you're acting out something, for example. Guess I have a lot. Definitely do though. You keep improving. Home country. I like being close to home. That is cute. I would love to be there again. You start with non-language stuff. No. Feel free. Go on. I like having the engagement. So keep going. So another thing that happened while I was in the Netherlands was, so the same day where when I ordered in Turkish, that was just before that. There was the morning before that. It was my last day in Amsterdam. Me and my friend were in a cafe. We were like having brunch. It was really good brunch. Not gonna lie, so good. And then, so we were sitting like here. So me, I'm here, and then like my friend was here, sitting opposite each other. And then like two people started walking in and sat down like literally just behind my friend. So my friend was sitting like this, right, facing me, and then the two people were sitting like this, facing each other, and they were signing. And they had like hearing aids on. I was like, oh, cool. Like never run into any deaf person abroad before. So I kept talking to my friend, but I was very honest to them. I was like, okay, I'm talking to you, but I am definitely watching the deaf people behind you. So I was like multitasking. I was trying to understand what they were saying. It was not easy. That was the hard thing, because obviously the most likely language they would be using was Dutch Sign Language. But while I was watching, there was a lot of things that just felt really familiar. And also the woman had like an accent, as in her signing had an accent that felt quite British to me. So I kept watching. I was like, what is this language? What is this language? What are the odds if I ran into like British deaf people here? I just kept watching them. There's a lot of signs that felt familiar. And obviously there's lots of things that also not language specific, like for example, come here, or like the walking around, people going here and there, or just very pointing, gesturing kind of things. Those were like international, universal. So I felt like I understood quite a bit. So I was very confused as to what language that was, and I kept watching. And even when my friend went to the loo, I was like straight up staring at them, and I don't know if they knew I was staring. But like if they did, I was like, okay, I might be making them uncomfortable. So like the moment before we left, I decided to like just go for it. I went to them. They were still talking. I went to them like, hey, so your sign language, what is it? So what are you signing? And I was aware they might not understand BSL, but I would try to use things that would be more relatively international. I think this one means what in BSL. I think this is relatively international because at the very least I know like some sort of similar motion might be in ASL, and then like this, it's the same in Hong Kong sign. In Hong Kong sign, like all the questions are like this, and also like the face, right? What like sign, this is pretty universal. Language, this is from ASL, so it's also relatively international. So I just went for it, like, what is your sign language? And they said, oh, it was Holland, this Dutch sign. And then we had a little conversation. That was so it was exhilarating. That was something that I never thought I'd do, but I just did. It was a very short conversation, basically like, so where you from, like that kind of stuff. So they asked me, if I sign Dutch. I'm like, no, I don't sign Dutch. I said I want to say I signed British sign, but I didn't know how to do. I didn't know a sign for Britain that is not in BSL. I do know that like a lot of European sign languages use this for England because that's like the what's the name? The guards in Buckingham Palace. Yeah, that's why they use that for England. A lot of European sign language do that. But I wasn't sure. I tried using it. I don't think they understood it. And then I just fingerspelled England, which is something I can do. And they got it. And they say like, and then they understood my lip pattern. I was saying Britain. What is Britain in Dutch? Let me just check. I mean, I assume it's something similar. Britannia. Okay, right. Close enough. Britannia. So they assuming they didn't misunderstand, they taught me the Dutch sign for Britain. And then, so we just kept conversing. So I said, oh, I know British sign. And they said, oh, Like, where are you from? I said I'm from Hong Kong, and they didn't know the sign. This is the Hong Kong sign for Hong Kong, but it's also the BSL sign for Hong Kong. Place names tend to be relatively universal because like deaf people like to use a certain place. They like to use the sign name of a place from that place. So for example, people would tend to use the Hong Kong sign for Hong Kong and like the American sign for America, etc. There's a tendency towards that, or like French sign for France. So I used Hong Kong. They didn't get it, but then they read my lips and they were like, "Oh, so it's like Hong Kong," and I was like, "Yes, that's the one. That's the one." I think this is their H. Their H is this, I think. So slightly different. Yeah, I think that's what they did. And I said, "Oh, I wanted to say I live in Britain." But I was like, nah, live is not going to translate across languages. So I was like, oh, how could I express it? And hence we go to like my paraphrasing skills. Because I was like, okay, if I can't say I live in Britain, assuming I did get the right sign for Britain, right? I can't say I live in Britain. What else can I say? So I said, I flew here from Britain, because this is, I guess, either one. Like this is relatively universal, like flying, right? That's easy. So like I flew here from Britain. So that was so much fun because like it was constantly challenging my brain to find different ways to express things, and constantly like on the fly deciding what are the odds of other deaf people from other countries understanding what I'm saying. And then at the end they asked me if I'm deaf. So that one is their sign for deaf, but I didn't know their sign for hearing. I didn't want to risk it. So I just, like in a panic, I just made up something. I mean, I first did this is BSL for hearing. And just in case, I just made up a sign and said like, oh, my ears, they work. So I felt bad. Maybe they might have been offensive, but you know what? I was at a loss, so I made up something. And then we left. And that was such an amazing experience, just trying to do that. And I know lots of deaf people do that when they go to like international events and conferences. They sort of find ways of communicating across and just on the fly explaining and sharing their signs, which is also how international sign came to be. But yeah, that's the story. That was me doing it for the first time, and I hope I will do it sometime in the future as well. I might start with like going to events in the UK, because that would be hard enough just talking to people from different parts of the country. Yeah, but internationally that's the next level. Ignore my last message. Okay, what? I feel like I missed lots of stuff. Impressions, I could do better with those. What I mean when I say you're a magnet for deaf people, am I? Does that happen to me? Oh, Jasmine Chris on Twitch says hi. Hello, what's up? What's up? I was very absorbed in telling my story, so I didn't check either chat. I run into deaf people all the time. Do I? No, not all the time. I feel like I do have a thing. So Michelle says I might run into deaf people all the time. Maybe that happens. I am a queer magnet. I'm not sure if I'm a deaf magnet, but I do end up like watching people just gestures quite often. Like when I see two people like talking to each other with lots of gesturing, I would be like looking at them for a little bit. I don't know if that has anything to do with like me running to deaf people, but that might potentially help. And also, that's also a thing. When you learn sign language, there is a little mind space that you go into, which has happened to me and my signing friends, where you just misinterpret everything as sign language. Like when people are gesturing a lot, you start looking at them and you're thinking, wait, is there meaning in the gestures? Like, are they saying specific things, or are they just helping their speech? And quite often you get disappointed because like there are more people gesturing than there are people signing, sadly. But yeah, it's really annoying because you just keep misinterpreting things as signs. They've cleaned up the office. The sign for what in Czech Sign Language looks similar to town in BSL, but the movement is side to side, like town, like this or this. This could be city or town. This is like town, village. This could also be, this could also be city. It's pretty flexible. So this one is like this one for what? That also reminds me. Yeah, another thing that translates across different sign languages is your face. That's pretty universal. Because when I look like I'm asking a question, they will know I'm asking a question, even if they don't know the sign. And also there was, before I ended that discussion, that conversation, I said, I'm so excited to talk to Dutch people or like Dutch deaf people. Or I said, so excited to see Dutch sign. So I said excited, see Dutch sign. This one, I was aware this probably wouldn't translate across languages. But because it just means excited, I could like express it with my face. Like, I think that did the job. They got what I was saying, I hope. I still can't fingerspell in ASL. Not that I need to, but it could be helpful. Plus, I'd assume it's similar to what's used in international sign. Yeah, international sign is pretty much the same alphabet. The most one-handed alphabets are pretty similar. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. I've practiced that a lot, so I can do it pretty comfortably. I can't read very well, but I can do it. Yeah, Israel. But when the Dutch people did it, when they were spelling Hong Kong, they started with this. This would be U in ASL, and then they continued to HONG, and I was like, okay, yeah. By the time they got to the first ONG, I realized, yeah, they are spelling Hong Kong, because they wouldn't be spelling Uong Kong, and like ONG is such a specific thing in place names that I already knew the next word was going to be Kong, and I was already like, yeah, you're right, Hong Kong, yeah. Well, by the time they got to the end of Hong, I was like, yep, that's the one. Blew afanc. Newydd ddod yn ôl o ynysoedd y Faro. Dim ond hanner can mil yn byw yno. Hanner can mil. Oh, shit, really? Like, wait, hanner can mil. Oh, okay, so 50,000 people. It takes me a second to read hanner cant. Hanner cant is like Welsh for 50. It's like the older / more casual way of saying it. Lots of people say pimdeg, which is 510, but hanner cant is half 100. I think if you use the old system, like old number system, you would say half 100, but I'm not used to that, so I need to take a second to read hanner cant. Hanner can mil yn byw yno, a phawb yn siarad darllen ysgwennu'r iaith. Mae'n rhaid siarad y iaith I gael unrhyw swydd yno, ddim sais addoli yno. Oh, mae'n mor hyfryd. Dwi wastad yn deud yr un peth, achos da ni gallu meddwl am ddim ynysoedd y Faro. Efallai Gwlad yr Ia, achos mae 300,000 o bobl, mae 300,000 o bobl yn byw yng Ngwlad yr Ia ac yn siarad yr iaith. Ac mae llai o bobl yn siarad Islandig na'r Gymraeg, dwi'n meddwl. Ia, dwi'n siŵr, dwi'n eitha siŵr. Ond dydy neb yn deud bod yr iaith yr Islandig yn marw. Ond just achos mae'r Gymraeg yn wrth ymyl iaith fel Saesneg, a achos mae'r Gymraeg yn rhannu gwlad efo'r Saesneg, mae yna gymaint o bobl yn deud bod y iaith yn rhy fach ac yn mynd I farw. Ond mae digon o bobl yn siarad iaith. Mae mwy o bobl yn siarad Cymraeg na lot o ieithoedd eraill yn byd. Felly dwi ddim yn gwybod pam bod bobl yn deud y peth yma. Mae'r peth mor dwp. Ond dydy Saeson ddim yn gallu, ddim yn medru meddwl mewn ffordd fwy eang. Mae'n meddwl mor gul. Just yn meddwl am y Saesneg, am y byd Saesneg. Felly, dyna pan mae'n mor anodd I perswadio bobl neu argyhoeddi bobl i meddwl mewn ffordd arall, i ddeall mai bod yna gymaint o ieithoedd eraill sy'n llai ond yn byw yn iach. Mae'n poeni fi, just... Mae'n anoddach yn y Gymraeg, yn ieithoedd Prydain, achos, enghraifft, yn ieithoedd... Mae'n ieithoedd mewn gwledydd eraill, enghraifft, yn Ffrainc neu yn Sbaen. Mae'n lot o ieithoedd llefydd hefyd, ond yn y gwledydd yna, mae'r bobl yn ymwybodol o ieithoedd eraill. Mae'n ymwybodol o leia y iaith yn fwyafrifol ac hefyd y Saesneg. Felly maen nhw'n deall y byd mewn ffordd fwy ehangach. Ond yn Prydain, yn Ngogledd America, mae pawb jyst yn meddwl am y Saesneg, ac felly yn gymharu yw'r Saesneg, mae pob iaith yn fach, ac mae pob iaith yn marw. Yeah. Dyna rhywbeth dwi'n mynd i angen siarad amdano fo. Wythnos nesaf dwi'n meddwl. Felly dwi'n angen paratoi am siarad am fyd olwg, dwi'n meddwl. Doesn't happen to me. That's true, it's happened to me before. Handshape. Okay. Marius Grunke. Oh, hello. It's upside down. Okay, handshape. It's upside down, like this. This palms facing up, but okay, this one, like this. That's interesting. That's quite different. So yeah, that doesn't really translate. Yeah. So it's just a coincidence that this is what in BSL, and then like in Hong Kong, lots of questions do this. This is where. This is what. Your name is what. I forgot to say who. Not sure. I don't sign Hong Kong. It's again one of those languages I can bust out a little bit off if I need to, like now, like Dutch, Turkish, Japanese, lots of languages that I just happen to have a little bit in me. If I need them, I can use a little bit of it, but I wouldn't say I speak it. So Hong Kong sign is like in that category now. Like I know basic things like how many years, like 7 years, 6 years, or June. Oh shit, I got it wrong. No, that's not 7. This is 8. I keep getting it wrong. No, okay, 7 years, 8 years. Yes, okay. Like this would be August or August, July, etc. Yeah, and then like how to tell time. My friends just taught me a little bit of this and that, so I can sort of communicate. And then when I meet with people, we can like mix languages. Especially in this country, like people would learn BSL, so we can like mix them, and then when they sign something I don't know, I can guess. So that's the fun part. So let's see how the poll is doing. There is a lot of different things actually. There's 25 votes. Most people do say study Uyghur. So I might just do a little bit of that because if I remember. Last time when I ended like halfway through the chapter. So I had the idea that I could just finish that chapter, and then next time when I properly stream Uyghur, I can start with a new chapter. So that feels more like complete. That makes more sense. So let me try to pull out. That sounds wrong if I don't finish the sentence. Let me try to pull out the file that I need. Where is my language folder? Where is it? Oh, I have so many languages in this folder now at this point. I've also thought about trying out the other textbook. Let me show you the other textbook, because mainly I mentioned once I was considering I was choosing between two textbooks. One of them is in English, one of them is in Chinese. And I ended up going for the English one because for one it has audio, and for two, did you say for two? And on top of that, my friend used that one as well, even though he is Chinese and he speaks Chinese natively. He went for the English one. I don't know why he did, but I was like, if you did it, I'm going to do it. But this one doesn't have audio. And then I went to my friend's place in the Netherlands this week, and bro just has this book on his table, like casually, the Uyghur textbook on the dinner table. So I flipped through it, and then I realized, hey, actually, it's kind of useful, because this book really forces you to read the script. In the book that I've been using on the streams, the English one, it gives you the transliteration for everything. So even if I want to practice reading, my gaze is just drawn towards the transcription, so I don't have to read it. But this one, for example, also this is like, hold on, how many pages in? That's already like 200 pages in. Okay, this 200 pages in, it's already like making you read entire texts. It says like dictate these, I guess, words, answer these questions, translate it into Chinese. I mean, sometimes there are some transliteration, but it forces you to practice reading. So I'm thinking of like spending some time off stream to go through this as well, because I mean, it makes more sense on the stream. I have predominantly an English-speaking audience, so like it makes more sense to use the English textbook, and also it's the one that I've been using, so might as well keep going. But that could be my main resource, but at the same time, it is quite tempting to also read this one, like mainly to practice reading. So let me. Yep. Okay. So let me read chat again. Your name is good drawing a good hand shape, drawing a cross on your forehead. Oh, so like baptism. Right? That feels like it. Hold on, what's... Oh, this is Catholic. Is it? Oh, no, this is this is Catholic. Oh, shit. I'm not sure anymore. Or is it this one? But, okay, it's also on your forehead. Well, in Hong Kong sign, it's this one. Because most of our names have 3 characters. So 1, 2, 3, bam. So your name what? Yeah. Oh, like, who are you? Who are you? Like, what's your face? Basically, what's your face? I really like the Hong Kong one, because it's like it's so specific to our culture as well. Like, just not even China. Like in China, lots of, I'm not sure about the proportion now, but like as far as I know, there's loads and loads of people whose name are just 2 characters. But in Hong Kong, the vast majority have 3 characters, 3 syllables. So it's so specific. Do you reckon the Chinese one would be easier if you ignore the no audio? I think it would be harder, just partly because I think textbooks in Chinese have a tendency to be harder. Like, I mean, I was gonna say, have you seen? But like, you wouldn't have seen. I've seen math textbooks from China. Those are nightmarish. And like traumatizing. And that's just the impression I've got. I haven't like really gone through this one at all, but like, judging by the fact that it's forcing you to practice reading, that's already a hurdle. Like, that's something I want, but that is also a hurdle. And the second hurdle is having no audio, which is really important in any language, well, except sign language, I guess, but it's really important to me to get the flow of it. Like, I hate it when I have to guess how it's spoken just from transcription. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You sound like an absolute moron. Like if you learn how to speak a language just from reading it. So I need that. Okay, unless you're deaf. If you're deaf, then yeah, you don't sound like a moron. You sound like deaf. But I can't bring myself to learn speaking from reading. I need to listen to it and then copy the prosody, the flow as closely as I can. Let me quickly check a message, because occasionally this time of the week I should be teaching. Nope, okay, nothing from my students, so I'm not teaching at 10. So we can do this. Yes, literally, because we say kresni imeno. Yeah, that makes sense. It's pretty cool. Reminds me I need to go to Big Waterstones at some point to find some Cantonese textbooks. Do you think they would have any? I wonder if like the Hong Kong bookshops would have any Cantonese textbooks. I'm actually not sure. I don't know Cantonese textbooks particularly well. So yeah, you might want to like look in that Discord with all the resources. Because I don't know, I know you're in the Cantonese learning Discord, but I don't know if you've seen the resource list. That is a really comprehensive list. Like they put my podcast on there. So, where are we? Wait, no, wait. Oh shit, I don't remember. Oh no, I'm way past this. I need revision. I don't remember this word. I mean, now I see it, I remember it, but like I didn't remember it before I saw it. So anche ms, not very. Maybe I should do some revision at some point. So anche chong. I also don't remember big. Oh shit. Yeah, I need to study. I tried to say big in Uyghur when I was in the Netherlands. I forgot the word, but now I remember. It's chong. It should be really easy because like it's chunky, right? Chunky is big, but I just didn't remember it. And also like anche ms, like not very something, not very big. Anche chong ms. Nahayiti. I didn't. Again, now that I see it, I remember. But Heli, I didn't remember this one either. I do remember big because I did practice it a lot. So I did say to the owners of the restaurant, it was a bek yakshi, very good. So I'm happy, and I hope they're happy as well. These things I don't remember. These things mean but. I only know birak being but. Okay, you know what? I probably would need to take some time off stream to like go back to this. But anyway, let me go to the part that I didn't finish. I did check out these like while just to prepare for my trip. when people pack their bags, I just prepare for a trip by like looking at a textbook. So like before noon, afternoon. I don't know if I would need that. I would have needed that, but I studied it anyway. So I remember last time. So my last stream was me going through like daily phrases because I was going to use the language in real life. But the stream before that, I remember doing lots of conjugations. No, I actually did finish that. Oh, hey. Oops, I misremembered. I did finish this chapter. That is good. But there are things that I really should be practicing and studying once in a while. For example, like these collocations. Collocations are really important. I think there is lots of like Central or West Asian languages that rely a lot on different combinations of words. I remember, in Armenian has like a giant, enormous number of idioms based on heart. So like if you combine the word for heart with different things, it just it becomes different meanings. I haven't finished looking through the list. Maybe are there any Hong Kong bookstores? I knew one, but I think it might have been like a pop-up temporary bookstore. Okay, then I'll take a break. My mnemonic was the Polish word dech, trem, meshk. I didn't remember this one, meshk. But my mnemonic was meshk is pretty much a workout to say. There's ut. I didn't remember. I know there's from Turkish, but like to pass a lesson to you. There's angla, listen to a lesson. Imtihan. I've looked at this several times. That's good. That is good. So I misremembered. I thought I hadn't finished, but I had. So what we'll do is I'll look at the next chapter. Obviously. Well, we did all these. I remember. Yeah, we did all these. So, what is this? Bazarda. I can read it. I'm fucking genius. But also I know the translation, so I know it's bazarda. Bazaar. No, wait, hold on. I remember you don't pronounce it bazaar. You pronounce it bazaar. Bazarda. Okay, at the market. Accusative and ablative love cases, but I knew this already. I knew this from Turkish. I knew this from just exposure. Başka burun giyin. I know these two because we had those in the last chapter. This means before, this means after. So in Uyghur, you need to say, if you want to say before something, you need to say like from something before, like from noon before, from noon after, or from the lecture before, from the lecture after. I don't know what this is, başka. But if I remember correctly, bash means head. So on the head. No. To the head. This is literally to the head. I'm guessing. Just from the limited amount of Turkish I have. Plurals of nouns. That's handy. Larler. Oh, it's got the funky ligature. So it combines two letters into one. It's really funky. Donu. What is this? To be acquainted with. I learned this on the last stream. Hold on. How do we say? Nice to meet you. So, no. Sizni tonuşkarım ga. Bush. Buch. There is a u somewhere. That's just so you, I know, I'm happy. Khushal. Sizni tonuşkarımga khushal. I'll quickly check. Sizni tonuşkarımga khushal men. Yeah, I pretty much got that. I struggled though, so probably need to practice that at some point. Not that I would say that to a lot of people, because I'm not going to randomly meet some Uyghurs. So maybe not, but still useful. So this is to know someone and to know something, and that translates very well across languages. This is one of the many situations where English is the weird one, because English only has like to know something and to know someone, but most languages that I'm aware of have different words for those things. So I don't have a problem with that. Men almini yaxshi ko'riman. I could have used this one during my meal. I could have said I like the lagman. Men lagmani yaxshi ko'riman. So literally, I see the lagman as good. I see the apple as good. Oh, dang it. I really could have used... I didn't know how to say I like something. I could only say it was really good. Bek yaxshi boldi. But that's a shame. Anyway. So, ablative. If you don't know Latin, ablative means from something. Ular rulcin biz turpandin. Turpandin. Biz turpandin. Where is the stress? I don't know where the stress is. You see, like when you have the transcription, I just don't read this, which is a shame because I want to practice this. So I need to be forced. Turpan kashkardin. Kashkardin is sick. This is useful. Is sick. I'm gonna want to learn isik. So big is chong, small is kichik, hot is isik, spicy is achuk. I learned that the hard way. Postpositions. That means instead of like on something, you say something on, which is also mostly what we do in Cantonese. Fun fact: we have postpositions. Good. What I'm going to do is, as usual, I'm going to listen to this blind, and let's see how it goes. Chapter 5.
Lesson 5.
Beşinci ders.
Beşinci ders. Yeah, they said beş, not beş. Beş.
Yaxşı görəmsiz?
Yaxşı görmən, biroq bu almalar bək yumşaq. Şoň mən ularni yaxşı görməyman. Qattiq almalarni yaxşı görmən.
Bu almalardan almamsız?
Yo'q, almayman. Mən başqa yerdən alıman.
Odatda qayerdan olmalisiz?
Çoğun bazardan alımen.
Cho'ng bozorda kimdan olasiz?
Men odatda Hamiddan alaman. U yaxshi mevlarni sotadi.
Odatda bozorga qachon borasiz?
Darsdan keyin boraman.
Odatda necha kilo olasiz?
O'xshamaydi. Ba'zi faqat 3-4 kilo alaman.
Olmadan boshqa yana nima olasiz?
Almadan boshqa üzüm va qo'g'in alaman.
Bu yerdan cho'ng bozorgacha necha kilometr keladi?
2 kilometr.
Lesson 5.
I think I got like half of that, but I don't remember a lot because it's very repetitive. It's mainly about like buying this, buying that, and then like she says, "I'm not buying the apple." In the beginning, they talk a lot about like liking this and liking that, or like not liking the apple. We'll see. I think I did get a surprising amount of that, so that's good. Okay, good. Almini yaxshi ko'rimsiz. Do you see the apple as good? Yaxshi ko'raman. Yes, I see it as good. Biroq bu almilar bek yumshaq. I don't know this word. It's an adjective. Because these apples are very something. I don't know what this is either. Them don't see as good. I don't like them. So I like apples, but these apples are very something. I don't like them. Qattiq almilarni yaxshi ko'raman. Something, I'm guessing like other. I like other apples maybe. Bu almilardin almamsiz. Are you not buying from these apples? So I'm guessing it means like, are you not buying any of these apples? Because it says, are you not buying from these apples? No, I'm not buying. I'm not buying from these apples. Men bashqa yerdin alaman. But again, this, I don't know this word. But from place. No, not but. Fuck. That was Scandinavian interference. When I see men at the start of a sentence, my Swedish brain kicks in and I think it means but no, it's not but, it's I. That's hilarious. So I'm buying something from a place. I forgot what this meant. Adette. I remember talking about how it sounds like Odette, but Odette. I don't remember what it means. Wait, maybe, or certainly. Maybe, I'm guessing maybe. Qayerdin alma alisiz. What? Oh, it is alma. So it is the word for apple is alma, but they do the vowel raising thing. It becomes almini. That's annoying, but that's fine. Some like what place? Where you apply? So what place from? Apple you buy. Big bazaar from I buy. So I'm buying from the big bazaar. Chong bazardin alimen. Chong bazarda kimdin alisiz. Big but in the bazaar from who you're buying. Chong bazarda kimdin alisiz. Men atata khemitin alimen. I'm buying from khemit. U yaxshi mewillarni. It's like selling. I think this is selling. Yumcha better than yummy, but we'll see. I'm just guessing from context. I like guessing from context. That's one of the main things I do when I learn a new language. This feels like an Arabic word. It starts with an M and it has a word in it, so it feels like it's an Arabic word. So he sells very good. Oh, wait, no, is it fruit? Is it like Turkic for fruit? Maybe. Something to the bazaar. Qachan barisiz. I don't understand. This is a question word. So to the bazaar, something, you go. Derstin kein barimin. So after the lesson, so lesson from after I'm go. Oh, so this is like when. Kachan is when. So when are you going? From context. Context is king. So I'm going after the lesson. Neche kilo alices. I'm guessing like how many kilo. I don't know what adete means. Adete. I can't guess. I'm guessing how many kilo you're buying. Oximaidu. I don't know. No, that's not. I don't know. Bezide packet 3. Oh, that's 2 packet. Is it maybe this packet? 3, 4 kilo I'm buying. Almidin başka ne mi alısız? I don't understand. Like, what are you buying? From the apples something. Almidin başka üzüm ve kavun alimen. I don't know what that is. Bu yerden çoğun pazarga neçe kilometre gelidu? So how many kilometers you're coming? So from this place to the big bazaar, how many kilometers you're coming? Okay, you say you're coming, you're not saying you're going. Okay, that's important. 2 kilometers. 2 kilometer. Okay, let's look at the... I was going to do the second dialogue first, but... Oh, hey, Eren, welcome. Başka probably means... Oh, like bazı. Is it bazı in Turkish? No, that's some. Sorry, I got it wrong. Wait, what is other in Turkish? Diğer başka. Oh, yeah, başka. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, başka. That's why it sounded familiar. Like I was like I've heard this word before, but I don't know what it means. Yeah, so other. So okay, so other than apples, the apple, what are you buying? So apple from other, so other than apple, don't know what these are. I'm guessing fruits. I'm guessing from context, I'm guessing fruits. So I was going to go through this first, but like Esme really wants to find out if yumshak is yummy. So yumshak, let's do that. Soft, mild. So not too far off. I mean, soft apples are pretty good. What did she say about the... What did Aygül say about the apples? Oh, I like apples, but these apples are very soft. Oh, so she doesn't like soft apples, so not yummy. Okay, let's look at these. Apelsin, I know that. Adile is a name. Adijan is a name, that's fine. Is it Ja? Yeah, it's Ja. Adiljan. Alma, I know that. Amerikilik. Ah! Oh, so that's why my friend was saying, oh, Hong Kong look. The stream wasn't supposed to be tomorrow. I originally scheduled it for today. And then my internet was down. So then I temporarily rescheduled it to tomorrow, and then I fixed my internet, so I'm doing it today. I might still do the one tomorrow, because my original plan was to do my citizenship thing. So depends on my energy levels tomorrow. I might actually do it tomorrow as well, because I probably should study my history a little bit. But for now, this is like, I did a lot of chatting, and then I thought, hey, might as well do some studying just for the sake of it. But yeah, thanks for being a member still. Always appreciate it. Başka, other, yes. Banan, bezi. Oh, so this is bazı. I was thinking bazı. So this is bezi. Bezide. Sometimes. Oh, so like, because kunde is every day. So literally in the day is every day. So in some, it means sometimes. Bezide. Bir kançe. Kançe is how much. Bir kançe is some how much, right? Some how much. One how much. So bir kançe. Bir netçe. This is also, so netçe is also how much. So again, some how much. One how much. Paket. Oh, that's not packet. Only, solely, just. Paket. Bir kançe. Bir netçe. Paquet. Paquet. Not at all. Oh, wait, hold on, what? So, how did they use it? Paquet. Bezide paquet 3. So, sometimes only 4 kilos. That's a lot of apples. 4 kilos is a lot of apples. I buy like 4 apples maximum. Paquet. But like negative, not at all. So it's only apples I don't buy. How does that work? Why does that become not at all when it's negative? However, yet, okay. Know someone. 4. Explain. Chushendur. Oh, right, because chushendim is I understood, so chushen is understand. Chushendur is to make someone understand, right? So that's explain. Chushendurmek, chushendurush. I like that. Soulmate. Imagine your name is Soulmate. Hi, my name is Soulmate. Call me Soulmate. Sat is cell. Got that. I guessed it. Soal. Is it soal? Wait, I know this word. I know it from Hebrew. Yes. So it's shual in Hebrew, I think. Just double check. No, wait, no. No, sorry, not Hebrew. I'm confusing languages again. Wait. She'ela. But it... Yeah. Hold on. Because I ask in Hebrew is Ani Shoel. I'm pretty sure that's the root we're looking for. That's a root. So it's like a Semitic word. So Arabic probably has a word that is like the Hebrew word, and then it went into Uyghur. Soal, soal. Soal. Som, sikoi. Unit of currency. I like that. Oh, it's a general unit of currency. Whatever, like, 3 units of currency. Like, in Hong Kong, we do use a word for unit of currency. We don't say dollars. Nobody says dollars. We say mun, which is like an old word. And nowadays we use it to refer to Hong Kong dollars, but sometimes when we're abroad, we use it for like pounds as well, just for convenience. So it's like that. Some. Katak. Okay. So katak would be the opposite of yumshak, right? Yumshak. Because yumshak is yum, so it's soft. Yum. It sounds soft as well. Right? Yum. But katak sounds hard. So maybe that will help. Kachan is what time? I guessed it as well. Soale is a question in Arabic. Yes, I guessed it's something like that. Right, thank you. 2 a.m. in the end. I hope I won't end this at 2 a.m. in the end. Kazakh. I know Kazakh. Kazakche. Kanche. I know this one already. Kayer. I learned this from learning how to ask how much is it. So kanche. Kanche euro. Kayer. What place? So what place? Korun. I guessed it was a fruit, and it is a fruit. Honeydew, cantaloupe, honeymelon, but not watermelon. Wait, is honeymelon not honeydew? I thought it was the same thing. How's the composing going? It is not going. I took a holiday. I got the idea for the first piece. I wrote down my idea, and then I didn't get any further than that. And then since I've been back, I've been busy like catching on things because I'm pretty behind on my podcast stuff and also like clips and everything. So I'm catching up, and also I'm catching up with friends. So yeah, sad. I'll try to get back to that as well. I'm multitasking very hard. But if you don't know what Gamil is talking about, go check out my music channel. There's a video about that. So, music channel Israel Lai. That's just my name. Kayer, korun, kilo, kilometer. Kino. Okay, that's pretty like universal. Kino. Kino khana. Oh, it's a khana again. It's a Persian khana. Oh, that's cool. Oh wait, so right, because in German kino is the cinema. But in Uyghur, kino is the film, and then the kino place is the cinema. Cool. Koi, kwai. What the hell is this? I don't know what this is. Never heard of this before. Apparently it's Chinese. Oh, koi. Gül. Gül is a flower. Gül in Turkish is a rose, right? If I'm not mistaken. Gül. Meyve. Meyve. Oh, meyve. Meyve. Meyve. So like meyve. Meyve in Turkish. Meyve. Nedin, from where? Netçe. Netçe. Netçe. How much? Neşbüt. A pear. Okay. Otuz. I know this. Otuz. Not otuz. Otuz. Otuz. Otuz. Otuz. Otuz. On. Özbek. Nice. Özbek. Özbekçe. No. Özbek. Özbek. Not Özbek. Özbek. Özbekçe. Özbekçe. Ürük. That's the thing, right? These, like, when I'm learning languages from this area, they just keep teaching me different fruits, and I'm like, I don't care as much for the fruits. Because I was learning Armenian early this year, and then I was looking at the Armenian textbook, and the vocabulary was like half fruits, and lots of fruits I just didn't know in general. Like, I get it, if you go there, if you want to go to a bazaar and buy stuff, you're likely to buy fruits, but I just don't care for fruits. Maybe it's just me. Üzüm. Üzüm. I originally thought it was like üzün, but I forgot what üzün means in Turkish. Üzün is long. Is it long? It is long, yeah. I thought it was long, but no, it's üzüm. İnik. İnik. That's a useful word. It's precise, accurate, definite. İnik. İnik. Yumcha, soft. Okay, let's read this again. Yeah, üzün is long. Üzün is long, but I'm not thinking it's not üzün, it's üzüm. Almini yaxshi ko'rimsiz. Do you like apple? The apple. Yaxshi ko'riman. Biroq bu almilar bek yumshaq. Shunga. I don't know what shunga is. Didn't explain it. I need to Google it now. Sometimes it just doesn't explain it. Therefore. Okay, shunga. Shun. My mnemonic is going to be son. Son means like smooth, like the right order of things. So like, hence, therefore, shunga. Is this shunga? Yeah, shunga. Therefore, I like these. No, I don't like these. Okay. Yaxshi ko'raman. Bilak bu almilar bek yumshaq. Shunga men ularni yaxshi ko'rmayman. So I like apples, but these apples are very soft, so I don't like them. Qattiq almilarni yaxshi ko'raman. I like hard apples. That's one thing I'm wondering, because in Turkish you only add this ending when it's definite. So like, I like the hard apples, but it might be the case that Uyghur doesn't make this distinction. You just add it whenever it's the object. So I like hard apples. Qattiq almilarni yaxshi ko'raman. Bu almilardan almamsiz. Are you not buying from these apples? Yo'q almayman. I'm not buying from these apples. I'm not buying these apples. Men boshqa yerdan olaman. I am buying from another place. Oh, what is adette? I need to check. Like adette. Need to sleep soon because my joints are misbehaving. Thank you. Good night. I'll finish soon as well. Don't worry. That's what I plan to do. What is adette? Adette. What is adette? I don't know what adette means. Uyghur. Usually. Is it usually? Adette. Usually, normally, yeah, okay, normally. Right, okay, it is normally. Good. So, usually, so adette qayerdin alma alisiz. Usually, where do you buy apples from? Chong bazardin alimen. I usually buy from the big bazaar. Chong bazarda kimdin alisiz. Who do you buy from in the big bazaar? Men adette Chemitin alemen. I usually buy from Chemit. O yaxshi mevillarni satidu. He sells he sells good fruits. Mewi, fruit. Ler, fruits. Mevillarni, the fruits. Adette bazara karan balises. Usually when do you go to the bazaar? Derstin kin barimen. Usually I go after lesson. Adette netche kilo alises. How many kilo do you buy? Ochshimaidu. Okay, this is not explained. It has not been chushendurd. Okay, Google Translate says Ochshimaidu is they are different. Okay, so I guess... Oh, so maybe it means it depends. So literally, it is different. They are different, but maybe it means it depends. Maybe. Ochshimaidu. Bezide paket 4 kilo alimen. Sometimes I buy only 3-4 kilos. Paket. Bezide paket 4 kilo alimen.
I don't understand.
Almidin başka ne mi alırsınız? Other than apples, what do you buy? Almidin başka üzüm ve koğun alimen. Other than apples, I buy grapes and melons. Bu yerden çoğun bazara neçe kilometre gelidu? So from this place to the big bazaar, how many kilometers do you walk? Do you come? 2 kilometre. I think I got that. Adil interrogating. Literally, her. I agree it's a her. Yeah, it's a whole interrogation. Like that feels very much like textbook dialogue. To be fair, that's what people do in textbooks, just interrogating people. Let's do that. Let's try to listen again.
5.
5. ders.
5. dərs.
Deriz.
Yaxşı görəmsiz?
Yaxşı görmən. Biroq bu anla bək yumşaq. Şoň mən ularni yaxşı görməyəm.
Oh no, too fast.
Görəmsiz?
Yaxşı görmən. Biroq bu anla bək yumşaq. Şoň mən ularni yaxşı görməyəm.
She's skipping a lot of vowels. Amlar. Like I heard amlar instead of almilar. She says amlar. Bu amlar.
Yaxşı görmən. Biroq bu anla bək yumşaq. Şoň mən ularni yaxşı görməyəm.
The k is also not very clear. It's like it sounds more like the Arabic than the Uyghur k.
Anla bək yumşaq. Şoň mən ularni yaxşı görməyəm.
Shongmen. Everything's like so connected. Shongmenlarını. Instead of shungamenularını, it's like shongmenlarını.
Şoň mən ularni yaxşı
Shongmenlar. That's so difficult, but also it's so beautiful. I love that. It's like everything like this flows. Shongmenlarını.
Şoň mən ularni
Shongmen.
yumşaq. Şoň mən ularni bək yumşaq. Şoň mən ularni
Shongmenlar. Okay, I think she's eating the N here. Shongmenlar. Shongmenlarını.
yaxşı görməyəm.
Görmeymen.
Almalarni
Katık. Again, skipping the vowel. Katık amlarını.
Çoğun bazarda kimdən alırsınız?
Mən qattiq almalarni yaxşı görməm. Almalarni yaxşı.
Almlan. Yeah, I heard almanal. So like almilarni, she said amlan. Kind of.
Qattiq almalarni yaxşı görməm.
Amlan kaşı görmen.
Bu almalardan almamsız?
Yo'q, almayman. Mən başqa yerdən alıman.
Adətdə qayerdən almalısınız?
Çoğun bazardan alıman.
Çoğun bazarda kimdən alırsınız?
Mən adətdə Xəmitdən alıman. O yaxşı meyvələrini satıdı.
Mevlerini.
Adətdə bazarga qaçan barısınız?
Kaçan barısız.
Kim barman?
Adətdə neçə kilo alırsınız?
Neçe kilo alırsız?
Oxşumaydı.
Okşimaydu.
Bəzi faqat 3-4 kilo alıman.
Bezde paket.
Faqat 3-4 kilo
Fakat-
alıman.
3 kilo.
Oxşumaydı. Bəzi faqat 3-4 kilo
Fakat
alıman.
3 kilo alimen.
Almadan başqa yana nima alırsınız?
Oh, yene nime. Oh, he added another word. Yene means like a further, like more. Yeşçe.
Almadan başqa üzüm və qoğun alıman.
Ve koğun alimen.
Bu yerdən çoğun bazargacha neçə kilo?
Neçe kilometre? 2 kilometre. Okay, not bad. It's not very complex. It's just endless barrage of questions. yeah, the way she speaks is very like connected, and I will want to learn that at some point. Maybe like I'll like put it in Audacity, like stretch it, slow it down, and listen to the like the specific sounds that she's skipping. I can kind of read spectrograms, so maybe I could use that to figure out like what sounds I just skipped, or like how the sound is streamlined. Because when I heard people speaking in the restaurant, I think there was like an Uzbek speaking to the owner. They are like kind of mutually intelligible, or maybe like that person is also Uyghur. I heard them mention Uzbek. I heard they talked about Uzbeks. Maybe they're not Uzbeks. Maybe they're also Uyghurs. Anyway, so I heard them speaking. I was like, oh, that's such a pretty language. Everything's like, I love that so much. Ugh. I'll listen to this one, try to decipher it, and then end it there.
İkinci söhbet.
İkinci söhbət.
Abi muallim qandaq?
Dilyar demsiz. Mən onu yaxşı görmən. O dərslərini bək eniq düşəndirdi.
I'm trying to not read it.
Onu tanımamsız?
Tanımayman. U bizga ders bermaydi.
Sizlərə kim dərs berdi?
Bizga Sidiq muallim ders berdi. Men onu yaxşı görəmən. Başqa savaqdaşlarımı onu bək yaxşı görüdü.
Düşdən keyin kino görəmsiz?
Odatda kino ko'raman. Biroq bu kinoni yaxshi ko'rmayman. Shunga men bugun kinoga bormayman. Ikkinchi suhbat.
I think I got most of that. I got most of that. It kind of like I'm in the state where the information comes in, and then like I can sort of decipher it, I can parse it, but then it sort of comes out the other side. So I'm not really like getting the entire dialogue, but like as the words come, I can sort of understand each word. So that's good. Awu muallim kandak. How is that, teacher? Dilyar demsiz. Oh, are you talking about dilyar, right? Demsiz. I also I remember the conjugation quite well, the question conjugation, because we practiced that a lot last time. So demsiz, are you talking demsiz. Men uni yaxshi ko'raman. I see him good. Is it him or her? Dilyar. I think it's him. Yeah, soulmate. U deslarni bek enik. Is it enik or enik? Back. Oh, this is a typo. It's enik, not enik. Enik. What is enik? I forgot already. Chushen. Oh, clear. Enik. Sounds like unique. Enik. Chushenduridu. So he explains the lessons very clearly. Siz uni tanımamsız. So do you know him? Tonu no. No, hold on. Tonu. Do you not know him? Because tonu ma, not. So no, not, question, conjugation. Tonu mamsiz, do you not know him? Tonu maymen, I don't know him. U bizge ders bermeydu. Bizge to us. So he to us did not give a lesson. Ber. This is like ver in Turkish. Bermeydu. So no. He does not. Sorry. Whenever I see the do, I think it's past tense, because that's the past tense in Turkish. But no. So he does not give lesson to us. Silerge kim ders beridu. So not beridu. Beridu. So who gives lessons to you guys? Bizge Sıdık muallim ders beridu. Oh, by the way, I recently learned from Wiktionary that muallim, it's a more general word for teacher, whereas like okutkuchi, apparently you're not supposed to use it like, say it to the person. So you will not call someone okutkuchi to their face. You will only call them muallim, which means teacher. So Sıdık teacher gives us lesson. Men uni yaxshi ko'raman. I like him. Başka savakdaşlar mı? Oh, I remember savakdaş. Classmate. Yeah, savakdaşlar, classmates. Mu also. So other classmates also. Unibek yaxshi ko'rdi. Başka savakdaşlar mı? Unibek yaxshi ko'rdi. Çünkü kino ko'ramsiz. Sudden change in topic. Afternoon. Are you seeing a film? Usually I see a film. Бірақ бұл киноны yaxshi көрмеймін. But I don't like this film. бірақ бұл киноны yaxshi көрмеймін. But this film I do not see as good. I do not like it. Шуңа мен бүгін киноға бармаймын. So today I'm not going to a film. That's easy. Let's listen to it again and then call it a day.
İkinci söhbət.
Abi muallim qandaq?
Dilyar
Muallim Dilyarlı gemsiz. Dilyarlı demsiz.
Dərslərini bək iniq düşəndirdi. Dilyar dəmsiz.
Demsiz.
Mən onu
Dilyar.
yaxşı görmən.
Oh my god, again, skipping all the sounds. Diyardemsiz. Instead of diyarnidemsiz, she says diyardemsiz. Diyardemsiz.
Mən onu
Muallim qandaq?
Dilyar dəmsiz.
Diyardemsiz.
Mən onu yaxşı görmən.
Yaxşı görmən.
Dərslərini bək iniq düşəndirdi.
Inak. Oh, inak. Oh, yeah. Because my friends told me, actually, when you have the k, this is most likely a not an e. Because in Uyghur, they spell and e the same way. But if you have a k, it's definitely like an e. This e and k is really hard to say together. So you don't say kilar, kiyin. It's hard to say. You say kiyin. So it's a inak. Udaslani inak. Düşündürdü.
Yaxşı görmən. O dərslərini bək iniq düşəndirdi.
O derslerni. Oh, it kind of sounds like derslerni instead of derslerni. Derslerni bek inak. Düşündürdü.
Dərslərini bək iniq düşəndirdi.
Inak. Düşündürdü. Instead of düşündürdü. Düşündürdü.
Düşəndirdi. Siz onu bək iniq düşəndirdi.
Düşündürdü.
Siz onu tanımamsınız.
Siz onu tanımamsız. Tanımayman.
U bizga ders bermaydi.
Vermeydi.
Sizlərə kim dərs berdi?
Sizlerge kim ders berdi?
Bizga Sidiq muallim
Okay. Sizlerge
ders berdi. Men
Dərs berdi.
bir
Sizlərə kim dərs berdi?
kim ders berdi?
bizga Sidiq muallim ders.
Muallim ders berdi.
Men uni yaxshi ko'raman.
Ben onu yaxshi ko'raman. Boshqa savoqdoshlarim uni bak yaxshi ko'rdi.
Tushdan keyin kino ko'ramsiz.
Ko'ramsiz.
Odatda kino ko'raman. Biroq bu kinoni yaxshi ko'rmayman.
Kinon.
Shunga men bugun kinoga bormayman.
Shunga men bugun kinoga bormayman. A lot of like vowels are skipped. Kinon. Were very like reduced. Kinoni yaxshi ko'rmayman. Anyway, I think that will be the extent of my studies today. Today is a more relaxed sort of tiny bit of studying. I came up with a mnemonic for dirt, similar to dead in German. Well, the thing is, I can already count in Turkic, so I don't need mnemonics for the words. For the numbers anyway. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6, 7 8 9 10. So I know that already. And then 20 is 20, 30 is 30, 40 is 40, 50 is 50. And then I don't remember the six alt because altmish yeah atmish yetnish atmish yetmish 80 toksan use yeah Turkish because I know Turkish better in terms of numbers so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 20 30 40 50 60 70 yeah 60 70 80 90 100 right yeah and the good thing about Turkic is like basically they're all the same. And many moons ago, I also tried to learn Kazakh, and I made a memory palace I won't show you because there's a lot of private stuff in there. But I made a memory palace to try to learn the numbers. I don't remember them now, but I don't really need them because basically it's similar in all the Turkic languages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yeah, it's all quite similar. I have my memory palace spreadsheet in front of me right now, but honestly I don't really need it. Like the numbers, I can do that easily. I would love to see what the heck I put in there though. Really like period specific. When did I make this memory palace? When? Yeah, what the hell? 2016. I made it in 2016. Almost 10 years ago. So there's a lot of references that I don't really get anymore. There is some Polish in there as well. There is some Polish with wrong grammar. Oops. But sure, whatever. I don't understand. This is not Turkish. This is not Turkish. Oh, you thought it was Turkish. Oh, okay. This is indeed not Turkish. This is Uyghur, which is, I mean, all the Turkic languages are quite close, so they would sound quite similar, but this is not Turkish. I'm learning it because I'm trying to talk to my friends who are Uyghur. They speak a mix of like English and Mandarin to me. They also speak Turkish fluently because they live in Turkey and it's easy for them to learn. But I'm like, I'm a hipster. Turkish is too mainstream for me, so I'm gonna go straight into learning my friend's native language, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. And also, I'm guessing like if I learn to understand Uyghur well, I would understand more Turkish as well because they're so similar. The words are going to be different, but they have a lot of overlap, as far as I know. So at least I'll understand more Turkish as well. And then like in the future, I can go back to Turkish. I think I've said this one time, but like Turkish, in certain ways, it's like Turkic in easy mode because it's more Europeanized, the pronunciation's easier, it's written in the Latin script, and yeah, there are less sounds, less complex, weird sounds. So yeah, not even close to Chinese. No, definitely not. They're Turkic, very much Turkic. So yes, I think that will be the end of today's stream. I hope you enjoyed my stories. If you missed the stories, definitely go back and listen to the stories because I've talked so much about like what I've experienced when I was in the Netherlands. Many language things. Did I miss any actually? Let me look at. No, basically that's it. Please support my video. I made my recent one. As I mentioned earlier, that is basically one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. I'm so incredibly proud of it. So please do support it and like share it with people who might be interested. Give it, if it like this one as well, but also like that video. And if you want to support me, you're always welcome to become a patron and etc. So thanks again for joining me today. I will see you next time. Bye.